Guys, just out here in Dubai, just had a meeting about the property we bought last week. What else can I say? Just chilling, spending some cash, relaxing, enjoying life. Really strategizing about the business and the way forward and how I can kind of push it to 150k a month net profit, which will be over £1 million a year. So I like to get out of the environment, out of Manchester, out of the UK, think bigger, just being around the right environments and get my mind time to strategize. And for clients I do this as well, to think about their journey and to think about where they can get to and where they want to go, especially once you want to build a portfolio with me. Always making new connections in Dubai. Met a trader yesterday. Some of my mates who own cash buying companies are out here as well. So what can I say, guys? This is kind of where you want to be. On a random weekday, just come in here, nice dim environment, have a cigar, have a nice non-alcoholic drink, and just take in life and push the business forward, get back to the UK, smash it, ready for my next holiday. So with that being said, guys, let me go into how I can keep on buying properties, how I can still live a luxury life, buy properties, do everything I want to do, get cars, stay in the best hotels, and still run a profitable business back home. Let's get it. So guys, I'm back at my apartment now. I had a really insightful and chilled evening, just going over the future strategy over the next 11 months for the business and how I can, as I said earlier, scale from 50k-ish net profit a month to 100 plus a month, which is going to be over £1 million a year profit. And the way to do that is obviously, like I said earlier, is to increase not only the units that I've got, but the rental income in the units, manage it properly. I feel like this trip has taught me that I haven't really been as hands-on as I could. I've been a bit chilled. It happens. You start seeing 40, 50, 60k in your account. You take your foot off the gas. You don't press the rentals. You don't push the rooms as much. Now I've implemented some really good software, and I've got a partnership coming with them later on in the next couple of weeks. I'll drop the link for that, and you guys will benefit from that. But more importantly, I genuinely use the software. I never thought I would, because I've literally written everything down for years and years and been an old school landlord, but it doesn't actually serve me well, because I've seen massive gaps in just analysing the portfolio and where we're losing money. And I say to all clients and people I advise, your business is only as strong as your weakest link, the weakest house. So you've got a house that's empty, or you've got a problem tenant, or empty rooms, you're only as strong as that. So you're only really at full force when everything's full, and then you can expand. And you can expand really fast. And so, I've used this software, I've introduced it into the business. I'm looking at where rents can be increased. There's little rooms that we've forgotten about where the rent's still on 2020 prices. And all of this, all the little inches of differences. I know a lot of clients say to me, if I'm not going to put the rent up 200 quid, but you're not seeing the bigger picture, because it's across the whole portfolio, not 200 quid or even 100 quid in some instances. 80 quid I put rents up on some rooms, right? Because they're not at where they should be. All of that across the portfolio adds up to thousands, a couple of grand. I worked it out at the beach club yesterday. A couple of grand a month I'm missing out on, right? So obviously that will bring it up to 52. Then I bought a property in the airport. So on the way here, I've been on auction. So that's going to obviously bring another £1,000 a month net profit in, hopefully. Slow, steady, you win the race. It's not going to happen overnight. It might not happen in 12 months. That's my target. It might happen in 2 years. But last time I wrote down a target in 2022, I wanted 50k a month, and I've got it now. So it just shows. And I don't mind waiting 3 years for it, or 2 years. It depends on the market. But at the same time, if I refer to you what's on the screen now, because guys, this is really going to help you out, and it's my cash flow cycle. I put it in one of my early books. And what it is basically is the way I built my business, and the way, really going back to it, the bare bricks of this business is the way I'm going to continue building it to reach my goal of £1 million a year profit. So if you look into it, yes, you've got your rent, your property assets, and the rent funds that, and that's pretty much, I say it in every video, it's pretty much basic, but You've also got a more important diagram on top of that, which is your golden cash flow cycle, and you can see, if you look at the diagram, you've got little boxes coming off of that, which are probably more important than the yellow box, than the orange boxes. So you've got sourcing assets, key, buy below market value, key. Unless you want to be waiting 5 years for the market to increase, especially if you're not buying in the Northwest. If you're buying in the Northwest, yeah, you'll get away waiting 2 years and then you can remortgage. But why slow that journey? What if I want 100k a month? Why not buy below market value now, remortgage out, get maximum rent as well to cover that, and then it'll push the profitability forward every month. So the property I bought in Warrington, maybe 30k below market value. Yes, I'll pay a bit more every month for the mortgage, but guys, it's going to social housing or HMOs or professional HMOs anyway, non-Article 4 area, it's going up all the time. So that's the kind of property we should be buying. We then extract cash via equity, so we've got no money left in, or as little. If we leave 10k in, we'll leave 10k in, because it's not 10k a month. It'll take 10k out of my rental income, but next month I'll have 12k or 11k, because I'll have the income from that property as well. And that's how I've always built the property. Golden team. I can't stress how important a golden team is. Networking and introduction. So your golden team now is social housing providers, maintenance, to keep that maintenance cost as low as possible. Letting agents, HMO lettings agents, which get more than market rates, because we're hitting the international market, guys. So we're getting students from abroad, with wealthy students who can't typically go to an estate agent because they've got no credit here, but we get guarantors, and we're getting, again, maybe only £75, £50 a month extra than an agent, but guess what? We don't have the agent's fees, we don't have to pay heavy letting fees, which most agents charge 1 month rent, and also we're getting £50 to £75 extra than another landlord, so we're already ahead. We've got golden area. That's a key one. If you want to make money fast, you need to be buying in golden areas, which is like high growth areas in the Northwest now, because obviously the budget. High growth areas which in a year you'll be able to remortgage, in another year you'll be able to remortgage. They're going up all the time. Preferably non-Article 4 areas, so we can get in there like I did in Salford, get the HMO set up, dominate the market, because as soon as that changes, and they're all going to Article 4 under this Labour government, guys, because it's just printing money for the councils. So as soon as that's set up, we then benefit from grandfather rights, which means that we are able to charge per room what is similar per house, and we capture that market. Guys, I don't believe in, I've said this many times, in 2025, going forward as a landlord, you can make money renting to family lets anymore. You can't. Yes, you can do family lets if it's going to social housing, but even then, you want to be maximum rental profit. But key thing, golden area, because yes, it is true that you will make more money because of the property value increases, or the price that you bought it for being, I don't know, 20 to 30% below market price than the rental income. And then I put golden cash flow cycle multi-let strategy. So even when I wrote this book in 2020, guys, multi-let strategy was a key source. So that just shows how important it was to building my business. And if I look over, if I'm using the software now to see where we're getting the most rent, I said to my mate who owns an agency, I said, I wish I never bought the single lets in Sheffield, because for the same money I could have bought in the Northwest in Salford and established HMOs and get 500, 650 now, not at the time. At the time it was 380, right? But you have to look forward. So 650 a room, and benefit from the capital growth increase. So obviously there's been capital growth in Sheffield as well, but that 650 a room is missing, or £700 that we're getting in Salford is missing. So guys, it's luckily I only bought 5, but it spreads the portfolio. But essentially if I could change that decision, it would be to buy everything for multi-let. And you've got so many options, because now the council want the houses, the other providers, private providers want the houses, students want the houses. I'll never be empty. The only way it'll be empty is if I'm not pushing it or I've taken my foot off the gas. So, and we can always get the higher rents, and then next year it'll be more as well, probably 10% more, and etc. etc. And it's been like that since 2018, 2019. So guys, that's how you build a business. And what I referred to on one of my other points in the video is, how do I continue buying houses, do refurbs, on houses that are coming to the 10-year life cycles. Typically, you do a refurb every 10 years, pull out some money, go, and then obviously let that run for 10 years. How did you keep doing that and expanding and at the same time living like I do, traveling anywhere in the world, the best hotels, etc.? What it comes down to is putting your business first for a number of years, getting the consistent rental income. And even if it's 5k a month, guys, if it's consistent 5k a month, that can change your life. And then you can decide if you want 5k or if you want 10k. Most people do want 10k, but 10k you might want 15k because the expenses increase. But the key thing is to earn more than the expenses. Keep your expenses minimum for the first 2 or 3 years. Build up, buy as many assets as possible, guys, like as many as you can. And if it's a choice of going on holiday or buying an asset, a property, buy the property, because you'll always be able to spend the holiday from the rental income. So that's the way I built my business. That's how I can do it now. I'm very fortunate now to be able to buy properties and do refurbs all at the same time, and travel and do a refurb in Marbella. But it doesn't come easily, guys. And even now I'm thinking, look, you need to go back to the UK, fill up the 3 empty rooms you've got, the empty house, get it all sorted before you can start pushing forward again. I've just paid 13k on a deposit for a house I won from auction. You know, so I'm doing 2 refurbs, one for social housing, one for HMO that I've got that are at the end of the 12-year cycle. So I've just refurbed them. So it's all go, guys, and there's always money coming out of the account, whether it's personal or whether it's business, but make sure there's always money coming in. And that's one of the good things about property, especially if you've got multiple properties, you've always got money coming in. And someone said to me, look, I want rent coming in every day. You either need 30 houses for that or you need 30 rooms. 30 rooms these days is a lot easier to get, to be honest, especially if you're doing buying or you're doing rent to rent or you're doing social housing. 30 rooms, you've got money coming in every day of the month, or you've got 30 rents on one day, guys. So that's how you do it. And at the same time, you can't ever take your foot off the gas, guys. So don't want to peddle a misconception that you can just build a big portfolio and then literally forget about it, switch your phone off and come back to the UK in 5 years. Not if you want to be spending at my level. You want to keep pushing. I mean, I only buy 2 a year, but you still need to still need to do that, because otherwise you're going to have cash in your account and you're just going to be spending it. And what happens when you earn loads of money, guys, is that your expenses go up. And if you're not careful, you're in the same position. So if you want to spend more, earn more, buy more properties. Guys, yes, in the comments below, if you want my free property investment guide, it will literally show you where we're buying, what I've done for clients, what clients are doing with properties, deal examples on BRRR, social housing, below market value properties. We're onboarding quite a few clients. It's been great speaking to everyone while I've been here, working with clients in the UK to source properties. We've got a lot of properties coming on now from landlords exiting. I would potentially say now is the best time to buy. Who knows what's going to happen next year and the year after in terms of stock, especially in the Northwest, where prices seem to be going up every time, and there's no letdown in people buying properties, even landlords. But at the moment, with uncertainty on the eviction rules, Section 21, a lot of negativity in the press, it's the best time to buy. Having said that, interest rates have just dropped, and the expectations now is that they'll continue to drop, and when that happens, asset prices increase. So guys, that's literally why I bought one the other day, because I'm not waiting until that happens and then having to spend more from my monthly profit on another house, because it will just slow me down to getting that 100k a month net profit. Guys, take on board every tips, whether you're starting with one property or you've got a portfolio like me of over 30 properties. I'm sure that this video will be beneficial. See you in the comments. Let's get it.